Closed captioning for Vantage Point Outdoors is brought to you by Woody Sporting Goods, in association with Matthews Solo Camp. Catch us if you can. Bob's Custom Calls, handcrafted game calls made in the USA. HME Products, a better line of hunting accessories. Kishel's Quality Animal Scents and Lures, scents for success. Bowfinger Archery. HHA Sports Optimizer Sighting Systems. Black Eagle Arrows. K-Tech Designs. Beyond Backwoods Productions. Scentlock. Rough Ridge. Covert Scouting Cameras. And Magnus Broadheads.
This stuff has been phenomenal. It works excellent. So we're gonna actually put in a new mineral bed in one of my favorite spots.
Hello, I'm Chad Taverny. I want to welcome you to Vantage Point Outdoors. On this week's show, we're going to take a look at habitat management through hinge cutting, and then we're going to go to Pennsylvania and meet up with a pro staff there who are going to be deploying some minerals and also getting ready for spring turkey season. You know, hinge cutting is one of the most cost-effective ways for small-time property managers to help manage their properties cheaply and effectively. You know, on my farm here in northern New York, the last several years, I've been doing a practice which is known as hinge cutting, where you're essentially just cutting a tree about 3/4 of the way through the entire trunk, and you're allowing the tree to fall over, which is going to provide this tree the ability to still be growing for up to 2 years, even though it's laying on the ground, because you have a partially connected trunk which is providing water and nutrition to the tree for about 2 years, which provides this tree the opportunity to still provide green growing vegetation for deer, turkey, and other animals to eat. And this also provides very thick bedding cover and will help your property become more valuable. Now, when I'm out doing my hinge cutting, I personally like to focus on the very late winter, early springtime period, when these tree trunks have gotten through the cold winter and they're becoming more pliable as you get into the sapping season. If you try hinge cutting a tree too early in the spring and you're still getting into that real cold time of winter, the trees aren't going to be as pliable and they're able to snap, you know, more easily, and you just don't get as effective of a hinge cut. So I personally try to focus on either very early spring or even into the summer months is also a good time to hinge cut, because you've got that green vegetation now, which is adding a little bit extra weight up to the top of that tree. And when you hinge cut, sometimes you'll get even a more effective rollover on that tree. And the whole goal of hinge cutting is you're trying to keep about a quarter of that tree trunk still intact, even though the tree is on the ground. Hinge cutting allows more sunlight to hit the forest floor, which helps native browse to regenerate. And of course, any time in the woods is a great time to check and replace trail cameras. Now let's join Pennsylvania Pro Staff member Don Moore for a review and first look of the HME Sight Pin cover.
I want to share a product with you guys today. It's from HME Hunting Products, and what it is it's a sight cover for your bow. It's really simple. You can see it says Sight Pin cover. It's got a picture of a deer on it. You just slide it over top of your sight, and then it's got a draw cord with a button on it. You just push the button and pull it tight, and it wraps it right around there tight, and you don't have the chance of any debris or anything getting into your sight pins and knocking them off, or, you know, getting tangled up. I use this all the time Even when I put it in my case, I leave it in there all the time. But what I really like about it is that I carry it with me in my backpack, and when I'm raising my bow or lowering my bow from my tree stand, I put this on. That way, when you're lowering your bow, if something happens and it hits off the tree or something, or it hits on the ground, there's no twigs or nothing that's going to get in there and mess up your sight pins. So before I always come down out of my tree stand, I always put this cover on, cinch it up tight, and then I'll lower my bow. They're not expensive, and like I said, it takes real good care of your sights. You spend a lot of money on a good quality sight, and you know you want to take care of it. So go to HME.com or Cabela's or anywhere I think sells them, and look for your HME hunting products bow sight cover. You won't be disappointed.
You know, this late winter, very early spring time period is very important to get mineral supplementation out to your deer herds.
Okay, we're gonna go check some more mineral beds. We're gonna actually put in a new mineral bed in one of my favorite spots. And we're gonna set up a trail camera out there. So let's go see what we got over there and see if we can get something set up and get some good pictures. Alright, we're heading into one of my favorite spots here. I'm gonna get a camera set up. I'm gonna get some rack snack down to these deer. They love it. One of the things I love about this spot is the fact that I have two entrances to get into here. I can come in from down low behind my neighbor's house and have a nice little hike up to the area where I'm going to be setting up, or I can walk up the highway and come in from the top end. So depending on what time of day I'm hunting is sort of how I base which direction I'm going to come in from. So we got a excellent area here. I got a lot of cover, and I got really nice wide open ATV trails that the deer love. They use them like crazy. Alright, we're going to be putting out some Rough Ridge rack snack. I have an 8-pound bag. This stuff has been phenomenal. It works excellent. I only put out maybe about 15-16 pounds a year. I barely put out that much, and that's what's so great about the rack snack. It's affordable, it works great. I get great results with the deer growing. Okay, got everything all broken up real nice. It's me more than finding garbage in the woods.
The past several weeks, I've continued to locate several turkey groups hitting food sources. I'm going to concentrate much of my early season efforts at these locations. Pro staff member Don Moore captured these two Pennsylvania strutters with several hens on March 23rd. Well, that's all the time we've got for this week's show. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next time, right here on Vantage Point Outdoors. We want to thank our fine sponsors who make this show possible: Matthew Solo Cam and Woody Sporting Goods, Kishel's Quality Animal Scents and Lures, Magnus Broadheads, HME Products, HHA Sports, Black Eagle Arrows, Bob's Custom Calls, K-Tech Designs, Bowfinger Archery, Rough Ridge and Beyond Backwoods Productions, Scent Lock and Covert Scouting Cameras.